To be honest, I've bought a lot of travel keyboards over the past 6 months. There are customization options and mass production is also available. So far, this NAT65 from Vika. Personally, this is the most damn annoying game. 3. Dual structure for low delay control and quick release of motorcycles. This penis device with excellent light and tactile sensitivity. The sound package is fully loaded with details and has a fully pulled shell. Additionally, add an RGB ambient light strip with a sound light function. Taku 65 is a 1000 yuan Nicholas Bus chemical plate, and all these things together look very similar. In the end, the hand-drawn rack didn't even reach 300 yuan. This is really unbelievable. Take a closer look at this hand-scooped bulk delivery video. The opening section starts with ordinary paper box packaging. Once opened, there is a manual and a quick upstream guide with an internal sponge bump protection. So pay attention. This keyboard doesn't have the 7-day no-reason protector, which is a good note. As for accessories, the data cable has 8.8 pieces and a silicone power for structural modification. Since I added a 1.6mm stick sheet, let's take a look at this PCB without opening the case. It even gave an extra set of silicone cases, which made me cry. So this kit has no shafts or keycaps. Here, I paired coral made by Duskstar. The C-axis keycaps are the classic red of the SW. So let's listen to the typing sound under the full equipment of the FR4 positioning version. Then there's the carbon fiber positioning plate with added height, which comes with the launch version. This 1mm thick PCB has a faceless typing sound without slots. This performance really lives up to its price range. Moving to the exterior, the front looks quite minimalist. Narrow left and right, upper and lower positions. Bumping into quick release inevitably makes the seat a bit wider. The classic 3-tier side design provides a quick punch point. At the same time, it's easy to access. There are 4 non-slip foot stickers on the back, with a weighted decorative piece in the middle. Above, there's a PVD nut pattern similar to stickers. The magnetic 2.4G storage pod receiver does not have magnetic attachment. Below is a nameplate which is quite well designed for this price range. So, regarding the inner liner structure, the F24 positioning plate has a rubber backing bubble. The extended part of the soft sandwich cotton can be added here. Here are the details of Rama. The small opening of the IXP folding power is a really clever design. It can provide very effective support for sound concentration. Lift the hydraulic and electrical 1.2mm thick grooved positioning plate. It's even a porn workshop cotton PT installation store. The filling part is actually the conventional model with a high mass production rate. But as always, at this price point, it still offers the same benefits. So, the silicone sleeve for the gasket structure and the positioning board for the 2 PCB structures. The silicone particle gasket structure has little impact on sound. The main thing is still the feel. The PCB gasket structure is relatively stiffer. Then the sound of this full-bodied inner liner is actually standard. If the hi-fi mahjong sound for mass-produced travel is cotton-free, average performance, so it's best to use a bottom cotton, otherwise there will be a bit of resonance. To put it plainly, thousands of kits without primer cotton are useless either. There are 2 delay modes, and in normal mode they perform well. After entering low implication mode, the Chang'an FN Plus D behaved as follows. Let's talk about it last. This gold plate starts at 259. Yangmi red and silver are a bit more expensive. The movie version is the most expensive, but the price still doesn't exceed 300 yuan. So that's not even counting as a debut. Also includes a map of the opening grass positioning board. Okay. Then there's the 1.6mm thickness. This one doesn't scan the PCB and still costs about 90 yuan. Actually, this feeling is quite deep. As a chives, for customized keyboards, a single bullet screen keyboard PCB can easily cost 300 to 400, I've long gotten used to it. Looking at this now, it feels pretty clownish, to be honest. Including the other keyboard I've recently used, a single FR24 Definitive Edition costs more than a PCB. So, the total price for the keyboard body 259 plus PCB 89 won't exceed 350 yuan. Buy PCB and get a free pack of pants covers. In other words, for 350 yuan you just need a set of steel MSI switches. It's truly unbeatable. At this price point, can it still compete this year? Speaking of which, with the subscription board fully in a surge state, I haven't touched it before, and this performance is also explosive. Let's listen together to a mass-produced keyboard. Then come some drawbacks which are a bit disappointing. First, the bottom of the light strip won't leak light. Under normal circumstances, it is invisible. I brainwash myself, it's okay. Then there's the Adelsky double Nasenfreund magnet. The receiver inside will make a clinking sound. Also, the ambient light strip is a bit lacking. Other than that, there's really nothing to complain about. Honestly, it even has 5 light beads in the space. Although the distribution is a bit abstract. It would be even better if the ones on both sides were placed in the center. But after calming down a bit, he still needed to think it over. Although it starts at 259 yuan, it still comes in a kit form. The advantage of not having switches or caps is that it saves DIY enthusiasts. At that time, you'll have to disassemble the caps and switches to sell. This middleman also drove down the selling price. On the downside, it just doesn't seem as cost-effective anymore. After all, the budget for shafts and frying caps is also very difficult to control. Anything costing tens, hundreds, or thousands of yuan is all a bit better, with a lot of buzz. A full set of skiing costs over 100 yuan, plus some switches, right? Even 70 pieces would cost less than 100 yuan. So when you add it all up, it's actually faster. It reached the 500 yuan price point. But then again, generally, mass-produced keyboards come with switch caps. There's no real value in the secondary market. Generally, it's hard to sell a package for 100 yuan. So, by this calculation, it's actually not a loss. But he said a bit too much, a bit too close. So, in summary, it's really worth buying. This time, he was truly unbeatable. Problems that arise. At this price, it's really not worth mentioning. In the short term, it's hard to guess who the opponent is. Thank you all for watching. See you next time.